In this video, I want to show you how to import grades into the AsULearn gradebook. If you create graded items, such as assignments or quizzes, and then you grade within the gradebook, those are recorded, but sometimes you do things outside of class or in a face-to-face setting, and you just want to create a column and import some grades. Here are the steps. Within your course, click the Grades link. There are several tabs. I'm going to recommend that you first create a roster of names. So go to the Export tab. There are different types that you can export as. I'm going to choose Excel spreadsheet. Now this will create essentially an Excel spreadsheet of all my items, but I just want a roster of names because I want their banner IDs and their email addresses. So I'm going to select None and click Download. You may receive a prompt to save, or it may just appear in your Downloads folder. Once you've downloaded the file, you'll open it up and you'll see the first name, last name, the banner ID number, and also the email address. This is going to be followed by a column that says Last Downloaded. This is the column that I don't need, so I'm just going to delete that information. Your next step is to add a header for a column. And I would recommend that you give that header the name of the item. So if it was Exam 1, just call it Exam 1. Then down below you can either type in or cut and paste the scores for the students. Once you've entered the column heading and entered the scores, just go under File and choose Save As. It's really important here that you pick the correct file type. So I'm saving to my desktop, it's given it the name, but here under Save as Type, it's defaulting to Excel Workbook. You want to make sure you click here and look in the list for comma delimited. So it says CSV, comma delimited, .csv. That's the one I want. Select that and click Save. Going back into AsULearn, if you've left the gradebook and you're back on the main page, just go to Grades, and now this time instead of Export, we're going to choose Import. So here you would just drag and drop the file. Once you see the text in blue, make sure it says CSV, scroll down and click Upload Grades. Here you're going to see a preview. It's going to have the names, the banner IDs, and the email addresses. It's also going to have the columns and the scores. I'm going to caution you, when you're doing an import, I recommend that you just have the one column of grades that you want to import. Get rid of any extra columns just so no mistakes are made. In the next step, you have Identify User By, and this is where you're doing the match. You've got information in AsULearn. You also have a spreadsheet. How do we match up these two? And I'm going to choose email address. Then within Grade Item Mappings, this is listing out all the columns on your spreadsheet. So I'm not going to overwrite the first name, last name. I'm going to Exam 1. Those are the scores I want to bring in. So rather than ignore it, I'm going to click here on the arrow. I can import to an existing grade column. I'm going to choose New Grade Item. That will create a new column in the gradebook. Then click Upload Grades. At the end, you should see Grade Import Success and then click Continue. When you go back to the grader report, you should be able to scroll over and see Exam 1 with all the scores. I hope this helps.